Rarely has a League Cup semi-final or a Manchester derby mattered quite this much. It's City United Part 2, and after the feud and fury before, during and after the first leg, this time it really is personal. United's team shows two changes from Saturday's Rooney-led rout of Hull, with Ryan Giggs and Michael Carrick brought back in. Rooney, of course, plays, as does Rio Ferdinand, charged with violent conduct following his return at the weekend. An appeal has delayed his suspension, but could see it increased. For City, it's the same team that started last week's 2-1 win at Eastlands, so great faith again shown in 19-year-old centre-back Dedrick Boyata. Naturally, Carlos Tevez is the centre of attention after his 2 goals and war of words with Gary Neville. Back at Old Trafford, is it his stage again?
Old Trafford, tonight's teams now in Manchester City. The captain, number 1, Shane Given. Number 2, Lee Predictions. Number 5, Pablo Zabaleta. Number 8, Sean Wright Phillips. Number 15, Javier Garrido. Number 18, Gareth Barry. Number 32, Carlos Tevez. Number 33, Vincent Kompany. Number 34, Nigel de Jong. 39, Craig Bellamy. Number 44, Dedrick Boyata. The substitutes for Manchester City. Number 4, Nedum Anua. Number 7, Stephen Ireland. Number 12, Stuart Taylor. Number 16, Slovenia. Number 17, Martin Petrov. Number 25, Emmanuel Adebayor. Number 48, Ali Ibrahim. Old Trafford, the current holders of the Carling Cup final, Manchester United. Number 1, Tevez Balthazar. Number 3, Patrice Evra. Number 5, Rio Ferdinand. Number 10, Wayne Rooney. Number 11, the captain, Ryan Giggs. Number 16, Michael Carrick. Number 17, Nani. Number 18, Paul Scholes.
touch paper and watch from a safe distance. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1 from the first leg. Scorer of those two Sky Blue goals, Carlos Tevez, immediately booed, as you'd expect, by the United fans as he went to close down Edwin van der Sar. And United get a throw. De Jong nicking the ball off Nani. His performance was described by Sir Alex Ferguson as fantastic against Hull on Saturday. Wayne Rooney quite rightly grabbed all the headlines by grabbing all the goals, all four of them. Here's Tevez. Getting to the ball before Johnny Evans. Sean Wright-Phillips then collided with Darren Fletcher and went down. This is Zabaleta finding Nigel de Jong. Micah Richards does exactly the same moments later. Evans. In goes Zabaleta. I think we will expect to see quite a few free kicks awarded in the first few minutes. Mark Lawrenson is alongside me. Mark, the first few minutes will surely be played on adrenaline. Craig Bellamy is always full of that, and he's forced a corner for City.
Yeah, it will be, Guy. I think also that what City have done, central midfield, they've played three players in there to match up against Manchester United, so Manchester United don't control that particular area early on in the game.
And City have to start better than they did last week.
Well, United were just in control, weren't they? Which was, in many ways, why it ended up such a strange result for me.
Gareth Barry will take the first corner of the night. And Dedrick Boyata is up there. Richards and company too. And Rio Ferdinand was there to head away for United. Company to De Jong. And Sean Wright-Phillips, who slipped as he played it up. Gareth Barry's able to get it anywhere before Nani flies in. City get the throw. And Nigel de Jong has the ball. Carrick for company, decides to go all the way back to Shea Given. And Vincent Kompany, who started every game for Roberto Mancini. He and Nigel de Jong are the two players who share that proud record. Zabaleta was left on the bench at Scunthorpe in the FA Cup on Sunday. Phillips up against Evra, and it was the United man who won it, and Ryan Giggs who gets it as a result. Evra once more. Paul Scholes. Up to Nani. Javier Garrido watches the ball fly across him, but he's there to block Nani. And this time it's United's corner kick.
And that'd be one of the jewels of the night, really. Nani against Garrido.
It was Luis Antonio Valencia against Garrido last week, and I think the United man won on points. He's a sub tonight. Up comes Rio Ferdinand. Giggs is going to take the corner. The man who gave United the lead very early on in the first leg. Into the near post, and Nigel de Jong was easily able to head the ball away. Everybody was back defending for City then, including Tevez, who was first out of defence to try to chase down the likes of Raphael and Paul Scholes. Scholes, beauty of a ball. Out to Patrice Evra, faced by Micah Richards. Just about past him. A corner will do. Over years and years, there have been huge games of football here at Old Trafford. Massive European nights, but I'm not sure I've ever heard it as loud as this.
No, it's a real edge, isn't it, to this?
And he takes the corner, and like Giggs before it, it was a poor one. Giggs holds off Bellamy to let the ball go out for a throw-in. Tevez dived in. And Gareth Barry went into better effect. Giggs relinquishes throw-in duty to Patrice Evra. And he goes for the ball. Another Manchester United corner. Tevez was slow to spot the quickly taken short corner. Giggs' cross was blocked. Evra's cross is into Fletcher. And he's headed well wide.
Just fell asleep a little minute there, Manchester City. A from the short corner, and then the ball that was delivered in, and should have done better, Fletcher. It was a decent header.
Two of Darren Fletcher's 3 goals this season came on this ground against City in the September Premier League derby. That 4-3 thriller. And Fletcher playing it over the top to try to find Rooney, who was held off by Dedrick Boyata and enabled Given to get the ball.
And it came from a poor ball by City's left-back Garrido under pressure.
Evans. That's Giggs with a little touchdown to Fletcher. He's backed himself for pace against Richards. Boyata is covering. Boyata's done well. Fletcher got back at him. Wright Phillips. Brought down by Scholes.
Oh, the cynical this. I think he's got away with it, Paul Scholes. No intention of playing the ball whatsoever.
I don't think even in his golden days, if we can presume that they're behind him, Paul Scholes would have caught Sean Wright Phillips in full flight.
No chance.
Howard Webb just erring on the lenient side there. A game like this needs a strong referee. Howard Webb's 3rd Manchester derby. 2nd at Old Trafford. City won the last one. Barry in. And easy for Van der Sar. Raphael, the player who conceded the rather controversially awarded penalty that got City level 8 days ago. And the player who this time falls on his backside in trying to return the ball to Nani. That's a foul.
Yeah, Nani's caught.
Zabaleta.
Yeah, a little bit late.
Well, Howard Webb decided to be kind to Paul Scholes, and I think he's doing the same to Nani. It's a last warning, that's for sure.
Well, you just hope then, in the terms of the fairness of the game, that the Manchester City player with the next foul, he doesn't then get booked.
Got to be consistent.
Well, absolutely. It doesn't matter if it's early or not. If he thinks it's a foul that's punishable with a yellow card, then you punish it.
Given. He's just requesting a change of goalkeeping equipment. Mark Sartori is going to oblige with fresh gloves for Given. Giggs. Rooney on the run. Collects it beautifully in front of Richards and turns to shoot. Well, Given's gloves, the original pair, are doing okay.
This fella's in absolutely brilliant form, isn't he? Fantastic player he's been for Manchester United this season.
Bellamy just beaten to it by Raphael. Sure, Given needs his gloves changed urgently. Still not happy, Shea Given.
No, he's got the wrong one, I think. Must have got 2 lefts.
There's Carrot. Scholes. Evra. Up goes Boyata to climb high on Ryan Giggs. Rooney nearly put it through to Giggs again. Tell you what, a United shot will be interesting now because Given is still unsettled. Evra. That won't bother the City keeper, but you can see him playing around there and taking the gloves off again. As angry as Roberto Mancini's looked tonight, very relaxed in the build-up to the match, taking photos of Manchester United fans, exchanging handshakes and signing autographs. Now he's got his game face on. Raphael, important for him to get to grips with Craig Bellamy early.
Well, and also, not only that, not to fall asleep at the vital moment, which was a lack of experience last week as much as anything.
It's 2 in a row that the young Brazilian has won. City do get the throw here. Garrido spotted the chance to find Zabaleta. Barry. Nani kept the ball away from him. Wright Phillips flies back in to win it for City once more. Tevez. course it's Tevez. Listen to the reaction from the Manchester United supporters. Barry stumbling down to ground, Fletcher on his back.
I think he knew he was losing control of the ball and just stumbling. I didn't think it was a foul at all.
Webb bought it. Garrido will take it. Reluctantly, it would seem. De Jong has to go all the way back to Shea Given.
Waste, absolute waste. Just stick it in the corner for Bellamy to run onto. Get yourselves 100 yards from your own goal.
Boyata. Company. Looking for Craig Bellamy. I think Raphael's winning the war so far. Early days.
They're not good balls for Bellamy, are they? He's not exactly going to jump up there and flick those in.
Company. Zabaleta. Right, Phillips. It's De Jong into the feet of Carlos Tevez. Not close enough to Zabaleta. It was well spotted by Johnny Evans, and now Giggs seeks out Wayne Rooney. Always on the move around that City penalty area. Just about impossible to stop at the moment. De Jong cuts out the cross. Corner if it goes. Richards knows that.
Just a little bit worried about Boyata at the moment. His position in terms of City's defence. He's just been caught a couple of times with the ball just in that channel.
In goes Zabaleta strongly. Webb's not happy with the tackle. It's a United free kick. Cue the Old Trafford roar again. Time for Ferdinand to make a forward advance again. Ryan Giggs to try to craft something for United. Curled in beautifully this time, but De Jong got in front of Fletcher. Scholes hits it! He didn't half-smack it.
Yeah, decent header as well out. There's no one from City really to close the shot down. Just didn't really bend his back enough, Paul Scholes.
Given happy enough with where that was heading. Paul Scholes has 5 Manchester Derby goals to his name. Scored 4 in 3 games some 5 or 6 years ago. And again, around that time, he was the scourge of many a team. Company takes it away from Carrick. To take the United throw. Scholes. Nani. Raphael caught by Tevez. Drifting in and out of the tackles. De Jong. Boyata. That was very ambitious, unless he knows something about Pablo Zabaleta's pace that we don't.
No, I don't think so. Idea was right, just the execution.
Well, Roberto Mancini has clearly seen something in the 19-year-old Belgian. He's involved him in the first-team squad ever since his arrival at the club, the Italian manager.
He also took him off last week when the pressure was starting to get to him a little bit.
Kolo Toure, incidentally, is back in the country, we understand, but his flight back from the Africa Cup of Nations in Angola didn't arrive in time for him to be considered to play. That's one of the main reasons why Boyata plays once more. He did have the option of Richards into the middle and Zabaleta at right back. Great faith again shown in Boyata. This is Bellamy. Garrido outside. Phillips and Tevez waiting. Tevez has got it despite Evra's best efforts. De Jong. Barry's broken into the box. Garrido here on the ball. Barry. Trapped by Raphael. Barry tried to nutmeg the United fullback. Corner will do.
Nice bit of patience from City though, wasn't it? Originally when Tevez got it and there's nothing on, so just come out and change the sides and eventually get something out of the play.
Scholes is on far post duty. Near post open at the moment. Delivered by Barry into the mix. Boyata couldn't get high enough. Giggs. Here's Rooney on his own in the City half. Giggs has joined him now over on the left-hand side, but for once, Rooney's aim is far from true.
No, right, Phillips did really well, didn't he? He read the situation and with his pace managed to get back, cut out the danger.
Paul Scholes. Not much on for him. Fletcher just gets away from Zabaleta and finds Evra flying forward in support. It's rebounded out to Nani. Back heel for Giggs. Won't reach Rooney. Company makes sure of that. And Bellamy intercepts Ferdinand's hopeful ball forward. Tevez, Bellamy. Wright Phillips over on the right, the only option on for Craig Bellamy. They'll keep on chasing Sean Wright Phillips, but won't get that one.
No, good idea. I think because of the way both teams are playing, Guy, virtually cancelling each other out in midfield. There's no time, there's no space, and there's 10 players in there at every single available minute.
0-0 on the night. Still a 2-1 lead for Roberto Mancini's Man City on aggregate. United did get the away goal at Eastlands, but they will only come into account after extra time. Ferdinand. Evans to Carrick. Scholes. Carrick. That was either great vision or he got lucky. Evra. Giggs. Richards was backing away. Fletcher went in. Company was sliding in. This is Carrick. Now Nani. Flipping it over for Rooney, and that's an important header from Boyata.
That's good defending by the youngster. Read the situation. Just help the centre out of danger.
Remember, he's only 19, this is his 5th senior appearance, and City again have been caught by a short corner. Tevez, the only one who reacted anywhere near quickly enough. Throw in for United this time.
Twice now City have been done with a short corner.
Quickly taken throw too. Richards is there to prevent Giggs from getting into the box. Another United corner. Just going to say about Boyata, you have to remember this is only his 5th senior appearance, and he must think every time he plays it's going to be a huge occasion.
Yeah, it's a big call as well by Mancini.
Nani, nodded down by De Jong. Evra's going to have a crack, it's deflected, and it's going to be another corner. This time Tevez is close to Giggs to prevent the corner being taken short and quickly. Ferdinand helps it on, but always wide off the heel.
But again, I mean, Ferdinand this time had a couple of yards in which to flick the ball on. City, while they've got everybody back, no one seems to be particularly picking anybody up.
Could easily have flown in that. That would certainly vindicate the gamble taken on Rio Ferdinand's suspension or otherwise. Hearing tomorrow. If the powers that be consider it a frivolous one, then the 3-game suspension that he's due to serve would become at least 4, I would imagine. Ruling him out of some important Premier League games. Really does underline just how seriously United are taking this one.
Yeah.
Is it the Carling Cup mark that's important, or beating City?
Both.
Scholes. Nani. Garrido jumped in, helped out by Bellamy. Hacked away. Wright Phillips looking to find Tevez first time. I don't think he intended to get the loft on that. Tevez did his best with it, and then goes down as though an arm was swiped in his direction by Ferdinand. And, if he was getting booed before, it's only going to get a whole lot worse from here on in.
Yeah. I think there was contact, I'm pretty sure. I thought it was quite minimal, really.
Well, it's not like Ferdinand on Fagan on Saturday.
Let's just say that Tevez has made the most of the opportunity to fall over and roll around a little bit.
Ryan Giggs is keen to make a point to Howard Webb. Ferdinand's pretty nonplussed by it all.
No booking.
The arm comes back. It is the point of the elbow. It will have hurt running at that speed, but I don't think it was a swinging.
No, he's not drawn the elbow back, has he? He's not drawn the elbow back. There is contact, but put it into perspective. Won't have had too many of those in Argentina, would he, Carlos?
Just get the feeling he seems to be a player that needs something to stoke himself up even more.
Absolutely. Where's Gary Neville when you need him?
Boyata, mistake, recovered just in time. It very nearly rolled to the man he would least want it to. Again, a nervous start by the teenager. Can't expect anything else. Wright Phillips goes down with Giggs. Everett. Boyata has a quick look to see where Rooney is. Luckily for him, neither of them are anywhere near the ball. And I think the flag's up against Rooney anyway. Ryan Giggs, a scorer last week. His only Old Trafford derby goal came way back when, in his first league start against City in May 1991. He got the only goal of the game, and the world heard about Ryan Giggs for the first time. Makes you feel old, Lauren, only 20 years ago. Bellamy. Here's Richards. Wright Phillips. The advantage over Everett. Everett gets back well, but he hasn't stopped Wright Phillips completely. He's looking for Bellamy here, and Bellamy's header brings a save from Van der Sar, but a pretty routine one.
Yeah, it was. There's no real power on the header. It's excellent play by Sean Wright Phillips. It was head down, running past Everett, and then eventually beating him on the outside.
Gareth Barry. Bellamy. Plays it straight against the Welshman Bellamy and just holds him off, and the throw-in has gone to United. Plenty for Howard Webb to keep tabs on tonight. No stranger to controversy in big League Cup occasions. Howard Webb, he was the ref for the final in 2007. You might remember the end of that. Arsenal-Chelsea, absolute mayhem. Evans. Boyata standing in front of Rooney. Fletcher. Uses the ball to Zabaleta. Now Evans. Tevez was too quick for him. Wright Phillips outside. Tevez only looking to go for goal himself. What a run! Looked like a slip.
Yeah, I think he just overran the ball a little bit, but it's great play initially.
And look at this for Route 1. It can be effective. Well, Rooney was the loser in the duel with company that time. Great spot, though. Bellamy. Barry. Cross comes Ferdinand. Make sure that Bellamy can't really charge down as he would have liked to.
I think the worry from Manchester United's point of view that Evans was neck and neck when the ball was played to Tevez, and Tevez seemed to burst away from him.
Tevez against Evans at one end, Boyata on Rooney at the other. What we've seen so far, you'd back the forward in both battles. Raphael. Scholes. Flighted out Evra's way.
That's always Manchester United's outlet, isn't it, that left-hand side?
Oh, Giggs has done brilliantly. Totally deceived Micah Richards. Richards did well too. And is this a City break? Led by Wright Phillips. Evans tries to stop him, and that's much better defending from the Ulsterman.
Yeah, just got his body in front, didn't he? Use his strength.
Raphael. Carrick. Scholes. Evra. And Fletcher. Only challenged as soon as he got the ball by company. De Jong. Tevez.
Oh, was going to foul there? Was that Rooney?
It was Rooney. And it was Zabaleta. And Zabaleta went crashing down very quickly. Is there anything sinister in this? Rooney is not impressed at all by the Argentinians' reaction. What did Howard Webb see, if anything?
I think he saw it, Guy. I think most definitely he was trying to let sort of play go on and realise the situation and blew up. Obviously, Rooney now will be protesting his innocence.
And if there is anything in it at all, then Rooney's in trouble. Just a heated dialogue for now. Here's where the referee gets involved. Words with Wayne Rooney at the very least, and with Pablo Zabaleta.
Zabaleta was fouled, was he not?
It certainly seemed that way. It's a free kick for City. And from the body language, yeah, thought that was how it was going to end, and nice to at least see a pat on the head. No, it is nothing.
No.
It is nothing.
Well done, referee.
The hand is raised, but only to flap him out of the way. I think sometimes we all get carried away with this term, the raised arm.
Absolutely.
You've got to raise your arms at some point, or you fall over.
Well, the other thing as well is, you can't jump without raising your arms, unless you're pogoing.
Here's Nani. Took two to win the ball. Rafael gets in front of Bellamy. Snarls instructions back at Javier Garrido. He wants better service. Emmanuel Adebayor is back in the country. And applauds the City fans way up high. We're giving him a warm welcome back to Manchester. Tevez. Zabaleta decides to try his luck. His luck's out so far in this game. He's gone down as though Polak's twice.
Yeah. But there is no doubt in terms of the overall where the game's going that the three central Manchester City midfield players are making it difficult for Scholes and Carrick and Fletcher in there. They're certainly not letting them run the game. The only way Manchester United seem to be able to get at City at the moment is down Manchester United's left-hand side.
No doubt that unlike last week, when City did seem rather cautious at the start, they're going to match United in terms of attacking intent tonight.
And of course, as you rightly say, at the moment, 0-0, City go through.
Absolutely. Given. Ferdinand beat Tevez. Nani looked to have come off the left hand of Gareth Barry, indeed so. United free kick.
Looking like the penalty area, it's a booking, is it not? It is, it's just, it's the problem, isn't it? We all end up looking for little things in the end.
There's been 3 or 4 that could have been yellow cards tonight already. Maybe we should praise Howard Webb for not dishing them out. He has been consistent thus far. Evra, Fletcher. Muscled out of it by Micah Richards. Fletcher then tried to tug him back. Richards was strong enough to keep his feet and find Tevez. Zabaleta. Got Evra for company now. I'm sure he knew about it. Javier Garrido. Bellamy. Desperate to have a run at Rafael again. Takes himself out wide to cross. Not a bad cross. Tevez is there! And Van der Sar pushes it behind. The ball has actually stayed in. Barry and Evans went for it. And Evans has come away with it.
But really good chances. I'm not sure that Tevez made the contact on the header he would have liked.
Scholes. Carrick. In comes Bellamy. It's hotting up at Old Trafford. Rafael is running forward with Nani. Best chance of the game for City. Nani's cross. Kompany had a swing but didn't make contact, and then Rooney has bundled him over. And that's going to be a free kick, I think, rather than a goal kick. Well, it's his story. It's his old stage. And this is the first really, really good opportunity of the night.
I just think he makes decent contact but heads it too close to Van der Sar. Van der Sar seems to shovel it away more than anything. I think he thought about catching it at first.
The last 3 games since returning to action, the big Dutchman. 2 clean sheets.
You can boo Tevez all you like, but he's certainly been arguably one of the most influential players thus far.
It seems to fuel his fire, the louder it gets. Tevez again. It's quite a restrained United reaction that time. Rafael. Is it against Garrido? Bellamy's blocked him, but he couldn't have done that much more to get out of the way.
Love that look of innocence. Ref, me? Surely not.
Sar with the free kick. 31 minutes gone already. Where did that go? Still no goals, which means City have the 2-1 lead over the time. Were United to go into a 1-0 lead, we would be all square, and that Ryan Giggs goal at Eastlands would only count after extra time. What it would, of course, mean would be that City would have to score tonight. Carrick. Fletcher. Swallow for Giggs. Lovely save by Shea Given. He got down so quickly and made it look more simple than it was.
Well, the other thing as well, just watch where Shea Given is. Straight away, edge of the 6-yard box. Cuts the angle down completely for Giggs.
Nani. Scholes. Risky one. Evans back to Van der Sar. Mike Phillips, not a major obstacle in front of him. Zabaleta. Evans, a little bit of time, something that defenders have not had much of tonight. Evra. Fletcher. Nice spin away from Barry, Carrick to Scholes. This is a sweeping Manchester United move. Rooney's on the end of it. Boyata has stopped him. And then Boyata stumbles as he tries to clear. Carrick back in! Rooney couldn't get the touch and Given holds on.
Yeah, it would have been quite easy for Shea Given to have spilled that. Rooney just going across him. Boyata just slipped with the clearance, didn't he? But Given did very well.
Little bump from Evra on good friend Tevez. They were exchanging hugs in the tunnel before the match. Tevez, it did seem to me, was still on good terms with most of the United players, although he didn't run into the red number 2. Right, Phillips past Scholes. Tevez. Barry. Javier Garrido. Bellamy's close to it. Garrido set off as though expecting the return. Bellamy instead finds Barry. Now it's gone Garrido's way. And that's too strong. And in the wrong direction for Gareth Barry.
It was a waste in the end. What City have done quite well actually so far is get the ball out nice and early in the wide areas. Right Phillips down the right-hand side. Bellamy down the left, aided by sometimes Barry and Garrido, of course.
Phillips. And ball. Given against City. And Sean Wright Phillips and a free kick for United. Fletcher. Evans to Rio Ferdinand. Playing in his 14th Manchester derby, on the winning side 6 times before tonight. Patrice Evra, all on his own in the City half. Fletcher. Scholes to Carrick. Turns the other way, but can't properly shake off De Jong. And then played it straight to Gareth Barry, who was quick to spot the chance to play Tevez forward. And Rio Ferdinand had to measure that one right. Might have to again. Tevez is buzzing around. Well, he'll get the jeers from the United fans, but he won't mind doing that, Carlos Tevez. Rafael. Fletcher. Scholes went first time to Rooney, who got a little touch on it. Boyata holds off Giggs. Barry. Bellamy. Garrido. Company. Nice ball for Bellamy. Rafael's tight to him. Barry. Wright Phillips, neatly worked by City this. And Wright Phillips couldn't sidestep Paul Scholes. Nani. Raphael. Seems to me, Mark, you'll be able to cast your expert eye over it, but a much better football match than we saw last week.
Yes, it is a better game, Guy. Much better.
Giggs.
City have actually kept the ball better tonight than they did at Eastlands.
Wright Phillips is caught by Paul Scholes. Now that's his second, and this time, for the first time tonight, the yellow card has to come out. I think Scholes is trying to say that he slipped more than anything, but that's the old pro's excuse.
Absolutely. Never really been known for the timing of his tackles, unless they're bad.
Right through the back of Sean Wright Phillips, and that is his 7th yellow card of the season. It's probably about on average at this stage. Raphael heads up but not away. Carrick's come back to help him. That's up and very much away. De Jong's up and backwards. Fletcher showed his intent there. Getting high above Boyata. It's your position, Mark. You must have seen youngsters come through in that role. Will Boyata settle into this? Yeah,
I think eventually, there's no doubt about it. The other thing as well, he's forever, if he's going to stay at Manchester City, will be surrounded by better and better players, which will make him better himself.
Giggs. Swerve away from Zabaleta. It took him close to Wright Phillips though, and then down he goes. United get the free kick. Zabaleta says he went for the ball and he got the ball and he throws the ball away. And as we've just seen the first yellow card of the match, that's not the most sensible course of action. I think he's been let off. There's a player who Howard Webb will be watching because he's been at the centre of one or two things, Pablo Zabaleta. Not all of his own making. A queue has formed on the edge of the penalty area. Pick a partner and stay with him. In from... Oh, it's headed away by Richards, who got high. It was Nani's ball into the box.
Just as well, because Rio Ferdinand was unmarked at the back post.
Barry. Down the line, intended for penalty, but he's not a great hand.
No, I think in the end, Guy, I think he looked so nobly there. Thought, well, at least if I play it into Manchester United's half, we can regroup as they'd want Manchester City, certainly.
Every time Van der Sar's got it, he's been quick to get rid of it. Downfield quickly. De Jong. Company. And will chase Raphael. And block the ball, and United get the throw. Bellamy's constantly engaging in, shall we say, heated dialogue with Barry and Garrido.
He's just another one who needs to have a row, doesn't he, which gets him going.
Doesn't matter who with, teammate, referee, opponent. Everett to Giggs. Very different sort of Welshman. Scholes. Garrido makes sure it doesn't reach Nani. Garrido again. Finds Gareth Barry. Barry down. Carrick from behind, free kick City. Second time that Barry has been fouled as he held the ball up in that sort of position.
Exactly the same position.
Six first half minutes to go plus stoppage time. Haven't been too many breaks in play. Still no goals on the night. Still a 2-1 City lead over the course of the two legs. Aston Villa lie in wait at Wembley at the end of February. De Jong. Evans, it looked like a push from Wright Phillips and was.
Cheap foul. It's a cheap foul. Sean Wright Phillips has got Evans actually not sure which way he's going to go, whether knock the ball back to Van der Sar or turn on his right foot and deliver it down the line. Just keep him under pressure.
United were at Wembley in this League Cup final last season, beating Spurs on penalties. They were also at Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final, losing to Everton on penalties. For City, it's been too long. This is their first semi-final in either the League Cup or the FA Cup since they reached the last four in both in 1981. Headed away by Boyata. No final of any kind for City since the full members in '86, and most don't count that. Everett to Fletcher. Giggs. Zabaleta gets in front of Scholes, then looked for the free kick. One didn't come.
That was good refereeing.
Raphael. Giggs has his pocket picked by Kompany. Really good anticipation shown. Tevez to Bellamy. Here comes Raphael. Oof, that was rash. And even though Bellamy hopped out of the way, I think that's right. It is a free kick for City. And a word in Raphael's ear.
Yeah, Bellamy saw it coming, just jumped out of the way, didn't he?
Good reffing so far, letting go what he can.
Yeah, I hesitate slightly.
Yeah, it could be made to pay when it all goes off.
Exactly, just don't jump ship too early.
And that could very easily happen in a game of this magnitude and of this passion. You can feel the tension, the nerves around Old Trafford in both camps, in both sets of supporters. Nudged by Bellamy. Nothing more than that, but enough to bring United a free kick. Oh, his fire's stoked now. It's Bellamy and Tevez who are angry in sky blue. Everett, Rooney. Dropped away to get the ball. And find Nani. And Boyata swings at it effectively in the end. Raphael. Scholes down as Tevez goes in, and once again, if he keeps on tackling like that, he'll be the next player to have his name taken. Garrido, Fletcher, first to it before Barry. He's going to try to keep him wide, and in fact, I was going to say win the ball, but he hasn't managed it quite. Hasn't gone out. And again, tangling with Fletcher. Garrido getting in the way, and the flag being waved, free kick, tug on Barry, City free kick. Fletcher's furious, hopping around, and just getting a curt wave from the referee to get away.
He's pulled Barry to the ground eventually. I don't think with Manchester United guys so far, they've really made the use of Nani's pace against Garrido. The ball's been played into him quite a few times, but it's always been in the air, and it's almost been a fight for it. And it's definitely, you can expose Garrido for pace, as we saw in the first game with Valencia.
Zabaleta. Wright Phillips. Up against Evans, he took the shot on early. Comfortable for Van der Sar. And again, so quick to get rid of the ball, the United keeper. Everett. Important block. As the ball went to Boyata. Everett in on Richards, it's City's ball.
You'd have to say that it's very even Steve in this game, isn't it?
Which is good for City. It could all change so very quickly. Kompany. Barry. It's Richards trying to power past Darren Fletcher. Got his body across him. Wright Phillips was trying to jink his way between Scholes, Evans and Everett. Wins a throw.
They still kind of that threat, don't they, City? Wide areas, Wright Phillips and Bellamy, the pace.
Everett thrown straight to him by Richards. Raphael. In comes Bellamy, right in front of Raphael. Suffice to say, he's not happy about it. Just turned 31 a week or so ago, Craig Bellamy, maturing.
As a footballer, yes, absolutely. As a character, probably no, but as a footballer, would be one of my top 5 players of the season so far.
There's Giggs. He's been vintage for some time. Arm to arm with Richards, who's holding who? Well, Howard Webb's decided it was Giggs.
Like 2 threes and a 6, really.
His descent is done politely, no chance. Alan Wiley's the 4th official tonight, on board duty.
But it feels like the frosty 4th down there for him.
I wonder if they've exchanged greetings yet.
Yeah. How do you define greetings?
The referee who was accused of not being fit enough to officiate at the top level by Sir Alex earlier on in the season. Might be a few more words if that board doesn't show the right amount of minutes at the end. It's still 0-0 at this stage at the end of the second half. Third, you want it to say 10 at least. Javier Garrido to Craig Bellamy. Barry played it straight against Nani. But he has the head start on Rooney. No guarantee of success. Given. It goes all 5'6" of Sean Wright-Phillips, and I'm being generous. Scholes. Half-time at Old Trafford. It's been as passionately contested as we would have expected it to be. Carlos Tevez has had his one chance in the half, a diving header that was saved by Edwin van der Sar. But it's still advantage to Roberto Mancini's City, 3/4 of the way through the tie. 0-0 on the night, 2-1 is still City's aggregate lead. City have won this competition twice in their history, and both times they beat Manchester United on the way to success. Is history going to repeat itself? Because in 1970 in the semi-finals, 40 years ago, City won the first leg 2-1 at home, and then got a 2-2 draw here. And 0-0 would suit them just fine tonight. Play. No, it hasn't. Flag stayed down. It looked like it had. This is Bellamy. Here comes the cross. Evans is sure-footed enough to get the ball away. Now that is out of play, and it is a City throw.
Just a little bit of a worry from United's point of view how easily Bellamy went past his man.
Barry keen to give Bellamy another chance. Raphael and Nani doubled up on him. De Jong. He's gone straight to Paul Scholes. Giggs. Here's Rooney. Richards in the way. Richards sets off on his way. Tevez pulls away. Richards might go all the way. Oh, what a good shot. And what a good save from Van der Sar. Richards doing it all by himself.
You know, this was a really determined run. He decided not to play the ball out wide. Richards comes inside, left foot, clobbers it, and heading for the top corner.
That was brilliant from Micah Richards. What a save. Van der Sar just gets there in time.
It was an opposite hand save, wasn't it?
Richards scored a superb solo goal against Blackburn a couple of weeks ago. That was almost even better. It's Bellamy. It's Richards again. I think it was blocked partly by Tevez, part by Evra. Richards is still in there battling for City. Now it's Barry. Bellamy went for power. And Van der Sar was in the right place to gather it and quickly let go. Fletcher. Giggs. Too strong for Raphael. Flags up against Tevez anyway. And United will get a bit of respite because of that. Howard Webb happy to let play go on, it would seem, though. And look at Tevez. Persistence pays off as he goes in. But goes in too strongly for Howard Webb's liking. And it's going to be a yellow card for Carlos Tevez.
Just went right through him, didn't he? I'm not sure it was as bad a tackle as Manchester United are making out there.
Ferdinand and Bellamy going head to head. Is this the first spark in the evening?
Well, Tevez tackle apart, Manchester City have made a bright start to the second half.
Rio Ferdinand has got the joke from Howard Webb. Tevez has got the card and Bellamy's got the hump. Garrido. Up goes Bellamy early. The jump on Carrick. Scholes. Here's Everett. Giggs. Zabaleta is coming out to assist Richards. And Micah Richards with some brilliant defending stops Giggs. Scholes. Evans. Rio Ferdinand, a little bit of time for himself. He's able to advance too. Sees Giggs. It's over right Phillips. He made a bit of a mess of that. Giggs ball in. Richards there to defend again. What a start of the second half he's had. In attack and defence. Tevez. Javier Garrido, Bellamy wants it. And Raphael went in with the tackle and got a touch to the ball. It's City's corner.
Just as well he caught the ball as well, wasn't it?
And there are missiles raining down on Craig Bellamy. We saw one thing come down and make contact with him, and it's still pouring down from the stands. Van der Sar is there to put himself in the way, really, to try to restore order. Well, that's the last thing we wanted to see. It was always an occurrence that was likely. The way that passions have been stoked in the build-up to this game. Look at this. Bellamy's already complaining about one object, and then comes a second. And they keep on coming after that. We've got to praise Edwin van der Sar, but there will be repercussions for Manchester United after all that.
Yeah, there will be. No place for that in football.
Howard Webb will undoubtedly include this in his report.
Yeah, he's just had a word with Alan Wiley, the fourth official, who no doubt will probably speak to the steward. I don't know whether they might get a tannoy announcement or something.
Bellamy's still mouthing away to Rio Ferdinand, who looks as though he's trying to ignore him. City have taken the corner in the meantime, and Scholes has belted it clear. Rooney. De Jong was slipping and sliding away. It's cleared the head of Wright Phillips. Ryan Giggs in on Shay Given's goal, but he has to take it away. Giggs still has it. Trying to tee up Nani. Brings it down, runs into Boyata. This is Scholes! Because Paul Scholes has levelled the tie.
I think Shay Given does extremely well. He thinks about, shall I take Giggs on? No, Giggs does really well himself. I think at this point Manchester City think the danger's gone, and the ball just squirts out straight to Scholes and through the legs of the defender. Given's got no chance.
Nani held up, no way through for him. Scholes strikes it sweetly. Looked as though it may have taken a little deflection too.
Zabaleta, I think, Guy.
Fergie's to his feet. Michael Owen joins in the celebrations. It's 2-2 on aggregate. And because of the goal that Ryan Giggs scored at Eastlands, the advantage, just slightly, is with United. And I swear this place has never been as loud as this. Tevez to Kompany. What that means is either in the rest of this second half or at some point in extra time, City have to score here tonight. The only way we can have penalties is 2-1 United after extra time. Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes. Once again Scholes, the man for all seasons, 35 years old, scoring his 6th goal in a Manchester derby. Now firing it out to Nani. Javier Garrido is beaten. Comes off Carrick. In goes Garrido a little recklessly, just made sure he got anything on the ball. Kompany to Barry. Garrido down the line to Bellamy. Barry. Oh, now the game is well and truly alive. Garrido. De Jong. Zabaleta, Micah Richards, City keeping it well, Wright Phillips. Wright Phillips then caught napping by Patrice Evra. Scholes, across comes Boyata, makes it. Looked as though he played it against Evra too, it is a City throw.
Yeah.
Does this change how City play, Mark? So Alex's men one up.
Not at the moment, no, because I think they've always tried to push forward. We've seen a couple of Richards efforts already at the start of the second half. Obviously, the longer it goes on, then you think about the substitutions, which would be obviously forward-thinking.
As it stands, we're going to an extra half hour. Long way to go before that. Rooney, Nani, Javier Garrido with the block. Evans to Evra. Giggs. He's got it around Richards. Rooney attacks it. What a good sliding block that is from Vincent Kompany. Rooney still going. Fletcher in the box. Boyata in the way this time. And Wright Phillips tries to get the ball away to Craig Bellamy. And all that, the United goal after the Craig Bellamy incident in the corner. All happening very quickly at United. Bellamy. Raphael goes in. And it's a corner.
Yeah, good tackle, good timing of the tackle.
Oh, what a start to the second half.
I'm not sure I've heard such a noise in the stadium greeting a goal.
I don't think I ever have. Roberto Mancini is keeping himself cool. And City get the shock of that United goal out of their system. Barry. Up went Richards, looked as though he had his arms on defenders, and it is a United free kick.
I think there were 3 free kicks in there. Climbing, handball, pushing.
Climbed on his own teammate Boyata too. Emmanuel Adebayor, well there's another story waiting to be written. Emmanuel Adebayor, well there's another story waiting to be written. Nani. Raphael to Carrick. Evra. Giggs. Finds Fletcher, who took up a really good position in the penalty area. Zabaleta had stayed with him though. Giggs. Evra. Blocked by Richards. Desperate defending from City. United feel but the tide is with them now. Little push from Richards on Giggs, who kept on going to hoist it high into the box. Nani. Bellamy wants to keep him in the corner. Raphael. Scholes. Rooney. Comes back to Scholes. Fortunate that. In it comes for Giggs. Richards block. This is Fletcher. And that's come off Giggs. Garrido can't take any chances.
It's a great block by Richards as well. Just lunged into a challenge to get the ball away left-footed.
And the way that the tempo has been increased, United clearly feel this is their time. They're surging forward. This is Patrice Evra.
Well, City still need another goal anyway, don't they? Regardless if United score again.
And they have to score. At some point tonight, they have to score. Wasn't the case at 0-0. Now it's 2-2 on aggregate. They could have the away goals rule coming into force only after extra time. Evra. Headed away by Company. It's non-stop this, it's Scholes. Has to go back to Ferdinand. Gareth Barry's trying to bring everybody out with him. Carrick. Pressure from De Jong. Ferdinand has a little bit of room now. Fletcher. Rooney. Now Patrice Evra. Giggs. Immediately Richards is there. It's the wily old stager against the promising youngster there. Back to one of the best keepers around, Shea Given. He could do nothing to stop Paul Scholes' strike there.
No, it's quite a exaggerated deflection, wasn't it?
Roberto Mancini has seen his team win 6 of the 7 games that he has been in charge for. Just the one defeated Everton. Now he sees one of his star artists, Craig Bellamy, running at Rio Ferdinand to shoot. That's City's luck at the moment.
Well, Bellamy scored a goal from the exact same position in the Manchester derby in the league here, and brilliant, wasn't it? And it was against Rio Ferdinand, I remember, as well, cutting inside. Not this time, though.
And he found the top corner of the net like an arrow that time.
A 7-iron.
That's Scholes' effort. Deflected, just a little nick off Zabaleta. It might have gone in anyway. And look at the joy for Paul Scholes. There is still that rumour that goes around that he's a City fan. Oh, don't believe that. Don't believe that one bit. Right, Phillips, Tevez, Zabaleta with Bellamy wide and waiting. Tevez and Wright Phillips have moved into the edge of the penalty area. And he's just holding on and enlisting Garrido's help. Van should catch that, does catch that.
Well, not only that, when that cross comes in from Garrido's, Tevez and Wright Phillips, not exactly going to out-jump you, are they?
Van der Sar this time takes a little bit of time with the bowl out. Carrick, if he had his time again, wouldn't have played that pass, but there's Ryan Giggs. Back to win the ball for United and immediately play the ball out to Nani beautifully. Fletcher. And Garrido. Trying to halt his progress. Raphael is there. Over Rooney, nearly came to Carrick. Richards came flying through the air. Zabaleta, it's going to go nowhere that. Scholes. Giggs. Carrick, it's bounced away from him awkwardly.
I think it was meant for Rooney, wasn't that ball from Giggs?
Right, Phillips. Backing himself against Evra. Against many a full-back, he would have won that race, Right Phillips. But Evra's quick. Evans. Nani. Garrido standing off and allowing him to bring it down. Boyata had to make that. And he very nearly turned it into his own net.
Well, if you slice it high, which fortunately for City and Boyata he did.
Standing foot seemed to go from underneath him. Oh.
It's not the first time either he slipped over in his own penalty area.
And he was credited with an own goal at Scunthorpe on Sunday. That was unlucky. That one would have been a catastrophe. Nani. Headed away by Company. This is Giggs. Nani has room to steady himself. Gareth Barry has the time to chest it down despite the shouts of handball that came exclusively from fans. Tevez. City are thinking about a change. More than thinking, they're going to make one soon because Stephen Ireland has been getting himself ready down on the touchline. And a bit of ink done, that's for sure. Puts David Beckham to shame with that one.
No comment.
Not in your day, Mark.
No, I just, Stephen Ireland, Zabaleta, do we think?
I think it was a change. Maybe Javier Garrido is the word that we're getting.
Oh, okay.
Zabaleta presumably to drop it left back.
Go and play left back, yeah.
Ferdinand in front of Tevez, who has been flagged offside anyway. Might be tempting fate saying this. Maybe Carlos Tevez would thank me for it, but he's been kept quiet in the second half so far. Evra. Giggs. Wright Phillips keeps in front of Evra, invites Boyata to come and clear. That ball stayed in too, bounced squarely on the touchline. Scholes. Rolling back the years tonight with some of the passing and his goal. And with the eagerness that he's displayed all the way through the game. Free kick City. Ryan Giggs does disbelief brilliantly.
Yeah.
I think we can see why.
Free kick.
It is a free kick. Still managed to look shocked about it. Here is the first change of the night made by either bench. Javier Garrido's going off. Stephen Ireland, fit again after injury problems of late. He's coming on to try to make an impact.
Yeah, and it is Zabaleta goes to left back. It's another runner from midfield, basically, isn't it? It's a little bit more of an attacking option for City.
Somebody else who can play the perfect pass threaded through to the likes of Tevez. Richards. Carrick wouldn't let him go. Rooney. Boyata's header. Evra manages to get it through De Jong somehow. Scholes. Ferdinand. It's Rafael to Nani. Tried the back heel, but he didn't make contact with the ball. And then holds back Zabaleta, free kick.
And Zabaleta just has a swing at him as well with his foot.
And there's a yellow card for Nani. Good job Zabaleta didn't make contact. And there's the tug back. Oof. Almost a knee knocker. Enthralling second half minutes played. 25 to go at least. And maybe another 30 after that. That's a twist to come in this town. Wright Phillips is dumped to the floor by Johnny Evans. City free kick. Well, that's the way it goes when your luck's out. They've taken off Javier Garrido, who might have fancied a strike from here. It is a long way out, but he has hit them before. Tevez comes across to have a word with Barrett. Doesn't look as though a shot's going to be the favoured option.
I'm not sure about that guy.
Yeah, Barry's right foot. That's how he's sort of shaping up, isn't it? Maybe Tevez. Maybe rolled out to somebody else to hit it, of course. It's going to be Barry, and it's the chip over the top for Bellamy. Giggs in his way. That's Richards, and it's deflected over the top.
I thought Bellamy pushed. Was it Evans or Giggs?
Well, that's what United are claiming. It's Giggs in front of him. United arms go up, and it came off Johnny Evans' head and over the crossbar for a City corner. And Richards has been just about City's best goal threat for much of the game. Certainly in the second half. And he's up there again with Boyata and company. It's a Craig Bellamy corner. Away by Michael Carrick. Rooney wraps his foot across the front of De Jong. Bellamy. Out comes Carrick. Bellamy might be thinking about a top corner effort. He was, but he couldn't get the curl.
There would have had to have been some strike from that angle to beat Van der Sar. So many bodies as well in the way.
Van der Sar playing it out to Ryan Giggs. Inch perfect. Giggs comes to collect and finds Darren Fletcher. Let the ball roll. Stephen Ireland ahead of him. Evra with him in red. Rooney tried to touch it on. Boyata in a bit of a tangle again. Company drives out of defence. Tevez thought there was a nudge from Evans. Webb's happy to let it go. Giggs. Boyata flags up anyway against Rooney.
Rooney's been relatively quiet for him tonight.
Now here is a story waiting to happen. Emmanuel Adebayor back from the trauma that he faced in Angola with the rest of the Togo national team. And ready to play, so he's told Roberto Mancini. De Jong. Tevez, that's a crunching tackle. And a fantastic one by Johnny Evans. Richards. Fletcher gets it. Richards is trying to have a bite back at him. Flag's being waved. Oh, Fletcher responds with an arm. And Howard Webb is quickly in to stop this blowing out of all proportion. It's going to be a free kick for United. Richards is still angry about that. And I think Roberto Mancini's making the point the first foul was Fletcher's.
Yeah. The ref did really well. He's very, very quick to seize the situation and sort it out. It's a Manchester derby.
It's the sort of game that needs a big burly copper from Rotherham. That's what Howard Webb is. Richards all over the back of Fletcher, but he felt he was fouled in the first place. Fletcher just wheeling round.
2 3s and a 6.
United free kick. City aren't going to make the change before it's taken. And they are going to throw Emmanuel Adebayor into the action soon. He's yet to play for Roberto Mancini. It just gives City something else in attack. Something special. Giggs. Raphael with a throw into Nani. Here's Fletcher. Lovely tackle that from Boyata, but the ball is played in by Carrick. United have a 2-0 lead. And as it stands, they are Wembley bound. City again couldn't get the ball away properly.
No, they struggled a few opportunities with this. And this is a really good tackle, but just a super calm and cool finish. Just passed into the back of the net.
Given moving the wrong way. Michael Carrick with the goal that has sent Old Trafford, bar 9,000 in the crowd, into absolute delirium.
Shows you just don't have to smash the ball into the back of the net.
Scholes, Carrick, United 2, City 0, and now City have to score in the 90 minutes. That ball looked as though it had gone behind, but the assistant referee wasn't quite up with play.
No, he's not expecting it, was he?
There's Giggs, furiously claiming he should have had a corner.
The ref's looking at the referee's assistant, who's completely nonplussed.
Well, he's over on the far side. Here's Paddy Keane, and he wasn't quite quick enough. It's just going to be a throw. Emmanuel Adebayor is on. He came on in the aftermath of United's second goal.
Yeah, Sean right for it, wasn't it?
His first job is to help out his defenders. And that will bring a new level of urgency into a game which has been played at breakneck pace from the start anyway. But the City now need a goal to take it to extra time. Evra. Here's Giggs. Through for Evra. Pass Boyata. Rooney wide. That would have been the clincher.
Well, how important a miss could this be in the context of this game? Great play by Evra. Rooney, for once, actually almost in his stumble and lose his footing and lost his coolness.
And he nearly lost his dinner. I don't think a game has excited Sir Alex Ferguson as much as this one for years. Giggs. He's rolling them back. But the pass was straight to Vincent Kompany that time. Here's Zabaleta. What have City got left in them? They're rocking now. They're behind in the tie. It's 3-2 United on aggregate, and City need to score. Evra. Adebayor alongside him, having a grab at him. This is Fletcher. Carrick, the toast of Old Trafford. Raphael. Rooney drops out. Got himself available for Nani. Fletcher can't get through the crowd, but he's brought down. Free kick, edge of the box. De Jong, the offender.
Yeah, well, it was a foul, there can be no argument. City a little bit unbalanced at the moment because they've got nobody playing down the right-hand side. Ireland's come on and he's tucked into midfield position more centrally, and Adebayor really wants to play up front, and he's been drawn over to the right-hand side, which is why Evra's got in on a couple of occasions already.
The United change. Raphael's making way for Wes Brown. We would assume that's a straight swap at right fullback. Brown perhaps just more of a steady old head. He won't want to bomb forward quite as much.
No, he'll just sit in, get very tight to Bellamy.
And this is a chance for Manchester United to put themselves in touching distance of another Wembley final. It's going to be Ryan Giggs to hit the free kick, and it went up but never came down.
A little bit of an anticlimax, isn't it?
The mood has changed in the City end of the ground. They're looking across the pitch to that side. It's ticking around to 34 years since Manchester City last won a major trophy, the League Cup, this cup, in 1976. Roberto Mancini pledged to tear that banner down. It might not be this year, unless his team can score in the next quarter of an hour or so. Adebayor. Bellamy. Tevez! City have scored! And it had to be Carlos Tevez! The tie is as level as it could be.
I think the key to this goal as well, initially set up by Tevez into Adebayor. Bellamy wastes very little time, delivers a ball in right-footed, and Tevez just gets across his marker and flicks it round the corner. Superbly taken, this is.
He's been the story in this City ever since he made the switch from red to blue last summer. He was the star of the first leg, and he's rescued City in the second. Former United hero. What a competition this has been for Carlos Tevez. 12 goals in 12 games in it, and he might have set Bellamy up with a chance to give City another hit. Barry wanted it pulled back, Bellamy didn't see him. Nani nicks it away from Bellamy. Evans shepherds the ball behind. And Craig Bellamy's going to be yellow-carded, I think.
Yeah. Another kick at Evans, isn't he?
It's a free kick for United. Bellamy's just making sure Johnny Evans is OK. Bit of petulance with Craig Bellamy. And Howard Webb, again, is being lenient.
Expect a lot more of that before the game's over. Just got in front of the defender, wasn't it? Was it Ferdinand?
Roberto Mancini was saying in the build-up to the first leg and this game that he's seen many derbies, he's played in them, he's managed them. Just another game. Well, that celebration tells another story. And talking of stories, doesn't Carlos Tevez enjoy one? He was a scorer from the penalty spot for United in last year's final. Evra. What a finale we're promised now. Giggs. Tevez leaves it for Stephen Ireland, who finds Adebayor and tries to a second time. Ferdinand is across first. He was caught by Adebayor there. Evra. Richards down the ground, sprawling, just desperate in his attempts to win the ball for City. Boyata. That was nervous again. Wonder how much longer he's got left in the match. Nani. Rooney. This is Brown. I'm sure Gibbons should be able to watch that go over.
Yeah, that was a cross, wasn't it?
Let's just rewind to when the score was 2-0, Mark. You said it.
Yeah, it's just such a massive miss of all the people who's out. It's brilliant play by Evra when he played him in. Great run, and just didn't sort his feet out. Most unusual for Rooney, as though he didn't expect the cross to make it to him.
And moments later this happened. Bellamy to Tevez. He gambled to get in front of Ferdinand, and he backheels the ball on the volley into the corner.
I think the early ball from Bellamy was the key.
He scored 14 goals in his last dozen games. He's on fire for Man City. Bellamy.
Just wonder whether Valencia might come on for Nani.
Faded out of it, the Portuguese. Here's Barry. As it swung back City's way. They're totally level now, of course. 2-1, an away goal each. They would only come into force after extra time. If it stays like this right the way through, long into the night, then it's penalties. Van der Sar launches. Micah Richards likewise, himself at the ball. Ferdinand. Carrick to Scholes. Here's Evra. Ryan Giggs. Scholes. Nani wide and waiting. Zabaleta up above him to head it out.
His position is so much better, I think, Zabaleta than Garrido's in that position.
There's Brown. The only sub-card played by United so far. City have one left. Fletcher. Carrick. Through for Giggs. Boyata gets across. Giggs plays it through him. Kompany denies Rooney. That's Carrick. Blocked by Kompany. And Carrick skews it wide.
Well, Manchester United defied on 2 occasions by Kompany. Has been brilliant for Manchester City centre, but absolutely brilliant. There's the first tackle. And the next one comes in, he gets a block on the first one then, and really, if anything, United should be a goal to the better here. It's a great opportunity for Carrick.
I don't want to do Dedrick Boyata down, he's 19, he's a player of enormous promise, but Kompany's playing for 2.
Oh, Kompany's been sensational.
Bellamy. Looking for Tevez, that should be Van der Sar's. Here's Ryan Giggs. Miskicked. City throw. Roberto Mancini issues the instructions. The original colours of Manchester United, the Newton Heath colours, worn in protest against the Glazer regime at Old Trafford. At the moment being worn by supporters with glum faces, but it is all square. There's a man lying in wait who might only need one chance. It's Michael Owen, not Eric Steele, goalkeeper coach at United.
He comes on, we're all in danger.
Adebayor kept it in. Ireland was trying to give it him back. Adebayor goes in strongly on Everett, arms all over the place. Tevez, De Jong. Up for Micah Richards, who's onside here. Gamble going forward, lifting it over towards Tevez. Brown's header. Ferdinand with the stab out of the box to Nani. Zabaleta was on him in a flash. Seven minutes plus injury time to go. An absolute cracker at Old Trafford. And we don't know at all how this is going to end. Not a clue. Ireland. Barry to Zabaleta. There's Brown watching the ball. He knows Bellamy's somewhere close. Oh, he barges into Rio Ferdinand. Well, he's given him plenty of stick verbally. Might as well start with the physical stuff as well. Brown. Ireland cuts it out. Scholes all the way back to Van der Sar. Tevez belatedly puts the pressure on. Van der Sar was cool in finding Everett. Ireland, well timed. Applauded enthusiastically by Mancini. Remember the derby in September in the Premier League? On came Michael Owen, 3-3 to score in the 6th minute of injury time. One twist like that either way will settle the game. 6 minutes to go, plus a little bit more. And maybe 30 more. Rooney. Giggs. Richards, light company, excellent.
Yeah, it's been a great contest that, hasn't it? Richards and Giggs, very good.
Everett. There's Fletcher. No Scholes. Fletcher opens up for him, and he tries to delicately curl it into the corner.
Yeah, needed the blast, didn't it?
Just thinking about Micah Richards, Mark. He hasn't yet played for England under Fabio Capello. You have started to think of him as a centre-back, but is there a right-back role?
Well, he started to get his form back, so that sort of belligerence about him, hasn't he? He's up for grabs, even in right-back spot, amongst others.
Perhaps it's not a night to think about South Africa just yet. It's a night to dream of Wembley. At the end, Richards again manages to find Stephen Ireland. De Jong tried to cutely play the ball back to Ireland. United intercept. Boyata's all at sea again. This is Rooney. Company there. He's like Boyata's big brother at the back. Both Belgians. Company has the experience, and he has been tremendous. Oh, Van der Sar thought about coming for that and backed away.
And also the quality of bringing the ball out of the back from Company's been brilliant for Manchester City.
Brown. Manny in front of Zabaleta, but Zabaleta wasn't letting him go anywhere. Tevez. Through for Bellamy. He will get there. Adebayor waits for it and heads it wide. Oh, that was a chance for a player of Emmanuel Adebayor standing in the game. Big chance.
Yeah. Break by Bellamy again. I think Adebayor just gets the compass completely wrong, doesn't he?
Evra. Giggs. De Jong to Boyata. Ireland. Company. City do have Neda Manua on the bench. Should Boyata's nerves finally break down completely. Manua, we're told, not properly fully fit at the moment. And Kolo Toure not properly back from the Africa Cup of Nations. Zabaleta. Climbing high was Johnny Evans. Richards up above Giggs. Tevez to Adebayor. There's the return for Carlos Tevez. He went for the smash, and Ferdinand saw it coming.
Yeah, probably an extra touch too many. Well done, Rio Ferdinand. Split second, you thought Tevez was in.
That's why United have gambled on Rio Ferdinand's suspension. They were desperate for him to play tonight. Tevez. Richards. Barged to the floor by Everett. Stephen Ireland will not take the throw-in. He's going to leave it for Micah Richards. And Howard Webb's calling for City to get on with it rather more quickly than they were trying to there. Tevez. Ireland. Van der Sar plucks it out of the air with Adebayor lying in wait behind him. And he's in a hurry again, the United keeper. Company. And Boyata, which way is he going? Straight up in the air again for the umpteenth time in the game. Richards. Evans. He's caught the Boyata bug now. Scholes back to Van der Sar.
And a bit of calmness.
I think he's got turned up toes on the end of his boots. Ferdinand. There's Nani. It's our understanding that he's about to be replaced by Valencia. He's teed up Scholes here before he goes. Evra. Giggs. Looking for Scholes, who looks behind him to Brown. And Brown just got there before Bellamy, but Bellamy did enough.
Great tackle, wasn't it? Or collision, probably, more importantly.
And here's the change. Nani off. Valencia on. There were many who were surprised that they didn't start the game the other way around.
Well, I think it was just Nani's display at the weekend against Hull that gave him the nod. Spare a thought for Zabaleta. Started off in central midfield. He's had Nani running on him for the last 15 to 20 minutes. Now he's got Valencia to take on.
Valencia fresh, full of running.
I think Zabaleta's already said to Bellamy, look, just be aware that I'm going to have to mark this fella now. Help, I think it's called.
Here's Scholes, here's Carrick, here's Valencia. Zabaleta drawn inside, Company out to do the defending for him. There's the block, here's a United corner. United corner as we move into stoppage time. The board said 3 minutes. And for once, there was no dissent about that from either camp. Too wrapped up in what's going on in front of them. Giggs with the corner. Up goes Ireland and Zabaleta together. Scholes. Out to Giggs once more. Barry will get across to trying to stop him. Easier said than done. Giggs, and it comes to Fletcher! What a stop by Given! He's just kept City in the cup.
Yeah, fantastic block. Not sure which part of the body it was, but it doesn't matter.
That is a blinding save. Corner taken, Giggs in! United score! Wayne Rooney! Who look as though they're Wembley bound again.
Absolutely brilliant header, isn't it? A great ball in as well, and just sneaked in behind the defence. That really atones for the miss at 2-1 up.
past Shay Given. Celebrates the goal like he's never celebrated one before. And the wall of noise that thundered around this ground was deafening. Not in that end. The hurt goes on for City. Barry. What have they got left, the men in sky blue? They have fought for all their worth. And as we know, this team is worth a lot these days. Maybe their time will come. But time is running out for them tonight. That will just about do it. The flags are waving, the scarves are in the air. Carlos Tevez' effort in vain. Not this time, Roberto.
Listen to that noise.
Well, this place has been derided in the past, hasn't it? The prawn sandwiches and all that. Oh, this is raw passion tonight. It's an overwhelming sound. Zabaleta, back to Given. Howard Webb's already had one long look at his watch. Fletcher with the header. Giggs. Boyata has a look. Wayne Rooney is there. Of course he's there. City's throw. There'll barely be time to take it. Richards hurls in. The final whistle sounds. For now at least, United remain the top dogs in the city of Manchester. You can see what it means to the United players.